Good morning, everybody. It's 3:30 in the morning. I've been up for probably about 20 minutes, and I'm ready to get started on the painting. I could work with that wall, the wall that you and I have been working with, but I think I'm just gonna break off from that, give my brain a little bit of a break, and do some painting. So I don't like doing trim this close to the floor. I told my husband I wanted that roll of paper to be able to tape to the floor, but he didn't get it, so I am stuck trying to paint this without making a mess. Wish me luck. Now what I'm trying to do right now, the reason why you don't see me painting, is I'm trying to make this brush razor thin. And I'm gonna drink me a sip of coffee. I hope you guys have your coffee. Or whatever you drink in the morning. We're gonna keep working with this brush until we get it razor thin. Okay. And I really don't want to do this. So what I'm doing is I started up higher, so that way I can get that brush as thin as I can, and then I'll work my way down. I really don't want to do too much. So what I'm doing is I'm working my way down slow, so that way I'm not going too far down. I'd rather start up high and work my way down than work my way down and make a mess. And I can see that I am going to be cleaning this stuff up constantly, at least until I get into the swing of things. And let's see. And you can tell I am going to have to do a second coat. So I'm working my way down, a little at a time. The upper part won't be so bad. It's this. It's just, there's no easy way of doing it. And of course, I'm going to have to do it a second time. But there we go. So hopefully by me doing what I'm doing, and I can go back over it pretty quickly, because this stuff dries pretty fast. We'll see. We'll see if I can do it. I at least want to get this baseboard done, and then later I'll work on the other one. I want to get the one by where the window is, which is the next one. I didn't see that. We're gonna fix it. There we go. I want to get by the window because I really don't know when they're going to show up. So he's telling me that some of these, the windows come in 3 weeks, and, so I mean, that's the new time, but he said it could be up to 6 weeks, which I'm fine, because I don't want to be raced. I mean, I want to get this done, but I don't want to get raced. Because if I get raced, then if I get raced, that's when I'm going to make the mistakes, bad ones. Take a sip of drink. It's too early to be messing with this stuff, but I'm gonna get it done. So I hope everybody's Valentine's Day was good. Mine was okay. I cooked, I cleaned. Watched a little TV with my husband, and that was about it. When you get old, believe it or not, that's a good night. No. Yeah, there we go. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to cover up all this weight, because that will bleed through. It will take 2 coats. So I'm just trying to cover up all this weight and then go back over it. That's pretty much what I'm doing. And I go over it a little at a time. And you could see that this is where it's, because I want to get down to the floor. Have I told you that I don't like painting? This is the part of painting I hate. The good thing is if you make a mistake, you can use your wet cloth and it will wipe up if you make a mistake, which nobody is perfect, but I try to get as close as I can to the floor without touching the floor. And you can see, and I'm trying to see where I'm at. There we go. I'm just moving around, trying to get everything right. And you see I started up and then worked my way down with the brush, so that way I had more control of that brush. I thought I heard something. Take me a drink of coffee. So, just hoping this stuff dries pretty quickly. May have to turn the fan on. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting low and I'm working my way up and then across. And you can see the difference. Just a steady hand. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping my brush tip thin. You can see it's starting to mess up right now. So then when it starts to mess up, I stop and I don't put a lot of paint on my brush. It helps control what paint you want on your stuff. So, and if you make a mess, you got a damp wash rag, so you can use the damp wash rag to clean up your mess. As long as it's not a whole lot, you know, so you want to be careful. And I'm just kind of moving my brush until I find that sweet spot. There you go, see? Trying to get that right in that crease. There we go. And so I'm making my brush as thin as possible. And then I just run my brush across the thing. And then just keep on going. I love the fact that I have a steady hand. I don't have any shaking. So, and then just trying to get it all painted. And yes, I do make mistakes, and yes, I make messes. I am not perfect by far. But you just keep on going. You fix your mess, you dust yourself off, and you keep going. Now just remember, you don't have to have a lot on your brush. You just have to have a little bit, and then that's probably why I gotta do second coat. This is that bare, and it's supposed to be one coat, but I always think that they tell you one coat, but it's not. But I also put very little on my brush. See, now look, if you notice, I really don't have a lot on my brush. And you can see, I mean, I've already got to put more on my brush. This helps me control the amount of paint I have or that I'm, working with, helps control it a little bit better. So, and it probably would go on a lot smoother. Yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna need a second coat. You can see though, it's looking good. Again, I'm not perfect. Someone who does it professionally and probably done it for years is saying, she's doing it all wrong, look at that, ha 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 ha. Well, come on over. I'll be glad to have you teach me. Because I'd like to get this done. I should do a painting party. Have a few friends over and do some painting. Adjust you guys better. Sure would be nice. So you can see I'm just running my brush across the top and I'm controlling it. You notice I went lower than where I needed to really be, and then I kind of worked myself up. That's how I do it. You guys can do it any way you want it, but that's how I do it. And it seems to work for me. So I start low, see how I did that, and then I work my way up. Doesn't mean that it's the right way, and it doesn't mean it's the wrong way. It's just my way. So I just turn my brush over. This definitely tells me where I need to fix. So that's fine. I don't mind it. See? Got a little bit on the wall. I got too quick. I mean, I'm still gonna have to trim it with the lighter color, but as long as we're not too bad, this will be fine. But you can see, work my way up, and that's when I press my bristles. And I find out how much farther I gotta go up with the brush. So I'll press the bristles. And you notice that I'm going up a little at a time. And there you go. That's how I do it. And again, it may not be the right way, but it's my way and it works. So I start down low, and then I just see if I'm not careful, my bristles will go up really fast. So I need to run it across, keep running it across, and give it more can see, there you go. But that is how I do it. So I went and got me another cup of coffee. Actually, I'm working on my second pot. And I came in and looked at it, and yes, it needs a second coat. So instead of going on the other one that I started, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this, and that way I know that it is completely done. And I don't have to worry about going back over it again and again. So I'm gonna work up here. And I'm gonna work a little faster because I do want to get this done. I don't have much more time. Because then my day is fixing to start, which I'm sure you all know how that is. You wake up, and then at a certain time, that's when everything starts. So, and I'm just trying to get her done. So again, I'm starting low, and then I work my way up. So now I'm back at it again. One of my dogs had to go out, so I had to stop everything I was doing to take care of that. So I'm just going over everything again a second time, because I want to get this done. I want to get this one done. That way when I start again tomorrow, or later today, depending on what the situation is, I'll be able to start on the other baseboard. Another trick too is you do it lightly when you get ready to smooth it out, and you can see, you know, it helps keep off a lot of the brush strokes, helps smooth it out. So, okay friends, well, I'm sure this is a long enough video. I'm gonna finish up the baseboard and then start cooking breakfast for my husband, and then my day will start, and if I have enough time I'll get to it, but if not, I'll get to it tomorrow morning. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment, you know. So y'all have fun, take care, keep safe. I'll see you on the next video.